We all have a beginning. A moment that changes us, shapes us into who we are. For some, it is a quiet turn, planned, ushered in with precision. For others, it is a sharper twist of fate, leaving scars that never heal. For most, these moments are endured, accepted, even forgotten, while there are those who struggle to forgive, to forget. And there are some, just a few, who pass through the fire, wanting more. I know my beginning. I know where it will take me. It will fall to me, Dark, the mightiest of mages, to face my demons and save Eliwold. I summon you, fiend of the lower world. Rise and face your bane.
Dark, wake up! You can daydream after your initiation. The Masters are waiting for you in the Hallowed Hall.
The door is ajar. Bort has set the combination dial to Shadow Earth Shadow.
It's a good thing I found you, Dark. It's not like I can check the records hall, and my Finder amulet doesn't work anymore. Nervous? You should be. Just don't be late like I was, unless you want to repeat a whole year. Good luck! Only a select few are allowed in there, outside of the Masters. It was established to keep track of hall traffic, so that the less frequented halls could be removed. It's a handy little trinket, let me tell you, though I wouldn't use it to keep track of someone you're interested in. They don't seem to like that. Or so I've heard. Anyhow, mine hasn't worked since its magical emerald faded. It's a special kind of large gemstone, said to be blessed by the elements. There aren't many like it. I got mine from the Greencap Goblins.
Why don't you just go back to their camp and ask for another one?
I would, but...
You're comfortable here.
There is that. Also, there's no way I could find their camp again without them wanting me to. Or without using my Finder amulet.
Which doesn't work.
You see my problem.
I don't know the combination.
Water, air, earth.
I need to enter a
Welcome, Initiate.
You have trained long and hard under our roof. Your element has chosen you well.
Already, your time as a novice is drawing to a close.
Soon you will demonstrate mastery over your power.
The time has come to claim your element. Before you begin, you must affirm that which has chosen you. Thoughts reflect your nature and your element alike. Respond carefully.
You see an old woman lost in the market quarter. She appears confused and begs you to help her.
A fight breaks out in the local tavern. The barkeep looks to you for help.
The giftless, or non-mages, are...
What is magic for?
A man lies on the side of the street, moaning. You fear he may have contracted violet fever.
In your responses, you have demonstrated an affinity with the flame. Do you agree with this assessment, Initiate? You have affirmed your commitment to the fire. The spark within you ignites memories of my own youth. You may request your first gifts from the sphere of knowledge. To earn the title of your kindred, you must fulfill 3 tasks.
Your first awaits across the lake upon Lone Island. There you will find a banished priestess, her beauty rivaled only by her cunning and treachery. Take but a lock of her hair.
Your second lies within the valley of our closest mountains, where our winged guardians keep watch over the town. Most prized are their griffin's eggs. Return with 1.
The forest conceals your final task. Many beings and beasts dwell there, most with laws of their own. Bring back the horn of a trinicorn.
A warning. The townspeople are tolerant of our magic, yet care little for it.
Pass by them as the gentlest breeze, and leave them to their small affairs.
Go now, focus on your tasks. You have until the new day dawns.
Farewell, young novice. May your deeds ensure you a place in the memory of others.
Elements guide you.
The signpost indicates the direction of the lake, mountains, town, and Mage's Tower. One could argue its usefulness. A well-worn play rope hangs from the upper branch of the tree. It's loose. Like them or not, rocks are everywhere. A grand old oak tree welcomes travelers to Iganor. They can... Vines persist along the town walls, despite the many attempts to control them. It's not my job to clear...
Flasks for sale. Buy one and get another at exactly the same price.
The trinket seller deals in potions, rare gems, and other oddities. He is not from around here.
The size of a thing belies its potential. It is often found in the words of those who crave, when heard by those in need. A man who minds only himself will find only himself to mind. I have learned to appreciate the company. I have come as I will depart, in ignorance, knowing nothing. What do we know except what we see and tell each other? As the wheel turns, so do all upon it. Your kind have reached their apex. This is your time. It collects us, raises us, lets us fall.
Are you implying that mages will fall someday?
Nothing can escape the wheel's turn.
I would be careful who I say that to.
I speak only of what has been, what is, and what must be.
Right.
The length and breadth of a life can be measured in many ways. You see me both as I was and as I am.
What does that mean exactly?
Interpretation is not mine to give.
Then perhaps I can try.
No harm can come of it.
I have two theories. You were an important person once, respected, in a position of authority, a spiritual leader. Something happened to cause you to leave. A dishonor, perhaps? Or an injustice. Now you are forced to live on a foreign continent, forging a meager existence, selling trinkets on the streets of a small town.
And the other?
That this whole mystical motif is a ruse to get customers to buy your wares.
Impressive. You have uncovered what many seldom see.
Really? Which theory was true?
Both, and neither. The paths to the chooser are as the elements to the mage.
But it is the element who chooses the mage, not vice versa.
In saying, so do we believe. Small birds say curious things. Do you mind 8-legged arachnids? The spiderling's glands secrete a venom that is ideal for creating antidotes. I shall pay for any amount you can obtain.
Hey, Finn, we've got a new boy in town.
I can see that, Pug. You'll have to excuse my friend. The name's Fend.
Dark.
He's a mage.
I can see that, Pug. Where are you from?
Stew Pond, originally.
Bit of a sinkhole, I hear.
I don't remember.
Trust me, you're not missing much. We haven't been here long ourselves. We like to keep moving.
We don't want anyone catching up.
Shut up, Pug. I'll say one thing for your hometown, Mage. At least it's too small to have its own lord.
Finn has a problem with the Thor.
Pug. Listen, Doc. May I call you that? Why don't we get better acquainted? Is this your first time in the tavern?
Yeah.
Excellent. Then you'd best follow the locals' tradition. New boys by the rounds.
The local drunk, entertainment, is performing his daily duty for the tavern. He looks happy enough, in a downtrodden sort of way. It's hard to say whether he owns the tavern or just thinks he does. This fellow is doing an exceptional job at keeping the tavern in business. There's something about him that makes me want to avoid eye contact. Boyd's family has run the tavern for generations. A wild boar trophy. The bartender considers himself quite the hunter. A trophy, no doubt. He's run out of things to think, let alone say.
You got a problem? Mine. I came here not to be bothered. Makes a good special. Beat it.
I'd ask him where he got that medallion, but I have a feeling there's a long story behind it, in which pants play no part.
You come, you pay, you drink. I sell drinks.
And?
That's all. What'll you have?
What have you got?
Ale.
Is that it?
Well, there's the special that the rough-looking fellow over there's having, but it would probably kill a child like you.
The man near the open window?
Yeah. Keep your wits around him.
Is he trouble?
Who knows? Rumor has it he's off the wastelands, or used to be.
So he'd know his way around there.
Probably, but only the town full would ask.
There's not a lot to say about me, except, I don't really recall my hometown.
You were born in a mine shaft and raised with a litter of stromp rats.
Really?
No, but it would make sense.
He looks out for me. We're partners in...
Hug.
I was going to say business. We split everything evenly, 80-20.
He gets the 20.
Like I said, evenly. I'm not supposed to talk about those. It has the best ale in town.
It has the only ale, you fool.
And there aren't many bugs. I don't even like the word. That used to be my nickname, Bug. Just because I ran away from a beehive once. I was a lot younger then.
4 years younger.
Oh, yeah. It's better than the last town. This one has no jail. I don't know any, I swear. Did something happen? I asked Finn about that once. He said it's easy to start and hard to stop. I guess it's like an itch, or snoring, or a horse. I don't swim.
Can't swim, you mean?
Oh, yeah. Why do they call it that?
Don't answer that. You'll only cause yourself pain.
She sounds important.
I don't like to talk about myself, especially not with a parched throat. I'm just a humble purveyor of opportunities. Met him a few towns back. Parched throat, I think. You should ask him.
Well,
But he won't tell you much, so I'll do it. Pug was the last of a long line of siblings. The one too many. He was passed around, carer to carer, until he was old enough to walk. Then he was marched into a house for homeless children, where he stayed until the day he came of age.
They kicked me out.
You were too old, Pug.
Oh.
He would say he survived off petty theft. I would say charity. He's a terrible thief, and I should know. Caught him attempting to pick my pocket with both hands. The locals must have also recognised his uncomplicated nature, and likewise took pity on him. I suppose he reminded me of myself before... Well, that doesn't matter anymore. A home away from home. If we had one. We're always on the move. It's better that way. We've stayed here longer than intended, but towns like Ignor can do that to you. We see eye to eye. Some men keep to themselves for a reason. Whatever it is, it pays to respect their wishes. I could get used to the quiet lifestyle, the laid-back atmosphere.
The fewer guards?
Shut up, Pug. Pity about Miguel, though. From what I've heard, he hasn't lost enough to know the meaning of sacrifice. You can tell that from his waistline alone. I doubt we could compare stories. To us, the best news is no news. Ignore has that in bucket loads. It's true, I hear a lot of things. Interesting things. McGuile's envoys to the Flyterian Valley aren't back yet.
Maybe they were eaten.
That's ridiculous.
But that's what you...
Shut up, Pug! Goblins have been sighted around the forest's edge. They normally don't come that close to town. Someone saw a mysterious shape moving in the lake.
A whale?
I doubt it, Pug. One of the merchants is selling shoddy goods. A child from town learned how to get into that tower of yours. A few of your lot have a bit of a drinking problem. A Flyterian has been seen over the town on several occasions. The Lord's Manor will be renovated in a few months' time.
But it's already huge.
A man like that needs a lot of space. There's talk of opening a second tavern, but too many owe the owner of this one favours. A few of the peasants have gone missing lately. Some say goblins, others say bandits. I've been meaning to teach Pug how to swim.
But I don't like water, or insects on water, or...
We get it. They should rename it after someone.
Pug Island.
Close. I wouldn't mind getting to know her.
She's over 500 years old.
If she doesn't look it, who cares? You look like a kid who could handle himself with a few undersized goblins. I had an encounter with some not long ago, while exploring Bloodbark Forest. Nothing I couldn't handle.
They took him by surprise, and he fled back to...
Pug! In any case, I later realised I'd lost my pendant.
You wear jewelry?
It was my mother's.
Oh, which one?
Shut up. Anyway, if you can get it back for me, I'll make it worth your while. Go into the forest and teach those little hellions a lesson. Watch your back out there.
What a... Drake's on the young'un!
That hits the spot. Again.
Not too flaky, is he, Pug? Reckon he could handle himself in a friendly wager?
If he has the coin.
What do you say, friend? A simple game of chance? Come over here. I'll teach you a sure way to make some easy money.
For us?
Shut up! Oh, and thanks for the ale. I was born in Deep Scratch, one of 9. What else do you want to know? My mother, may the elements keep her, taught the local children of Deep Scratch, including hers. I know a few words. The right ones at the right time can be useful. I think that's worth another drink, boy. A popular game in the capital, so I am told, and a fair and honest one to boot.
That's not what you said last...
Shut up, Pug. Shall we play? To start the game, we must both put 2 gold coins into the pool.
I don't have enough coin.
Do you think to bid with thin...
My...
Secondly, the appointment of a new town sheriff following the recent passing of the late lawkeeper Kristen is expected within the month. In the meantime, any criminals, however trivial their indiscretions, will answer personally to my gods and shall receive the full hospitality of the Lord's basement. Thirdly, let it be known that there is to be a new tax called the King's Tribute. This will help curry favor with His Majesty, so that he may look with a generous eye toward Igenor's most humble lord and its community. Finally, anyone caught in my private gardens will receive a fine of no less than 5% of their seasonal profits. This concludes the announcements. I bid you, the working class, good day.
Why do I want it? Why? Someone wanted it left. Someone wanted. I have not been summoned. A humble, generous member of his community. I feel like thanking him. I've no idea why. No access by the public. Why complicate things when one has a township to manage? Unsurprisingly, these are the wares of the fruit seller.
And that is how we defeated the giant squid.
How did you travel between the islands without boats?
We islanders are expert raft builders. There are no equals.
I'll take your word for it.
The fruit seller, Saris, keeps a keen eye out for potential buyers. The meat seller is an imposing man. There's a blunt honesty in his face. The baker works hard, but his smile suggests he enjoys life all the same. A missing person poster hangs by the merchant stalls. Shop of the Toy Maker.
You won't find me selling fruit on a dirt street for the rest of my life. One day, there won't be a street corner in Dominatrix without my name on it. You'll see. I've only seen him a few times. He's all right, I guess. Except for his excessive spending, indulgences, and the rumors, of course. If you want to know where most of Igenor's capital is being invested, just look to the manor. Here's an example. A wagon full of wine barrels arrives each month from the vineyards of Avalon. None of it goes to the tavern. There's word he's planning to sever contact with the Flytarians, that he'd rather eat birds than negotiate with bird people. We spend a lot of time together, for better or worse. I was born and raised in Igenor. That doesn't mean I'll be buried near it. I hear he's from West Elowold, though good luck getting him to talk about it. Must be a difficult life, cooped up in that tower. How do you all fit in there anyway? Tommy, the Undertaker's oldest son, has been seen with the herbalist's daughter lately. Do you have an eye for nature's offerings? I'm in need of more brown mushrooms. Bring me some, and I'll compensate you.
Nothing compares to the whole Molen Islands. There is freedom there, such as most here will never enjoy. It is said that he who takes too much for himself must give it back 100-fold. It is for your benefit that we endure the stillness and waiting. She reminds me of Carlan, my mate. He talks of things one should not think about. The meat I offer is prepared with my own hands.
You are a hunter, then?
That was my role on the islands. Paradise has a price.
Which is?
All are equal when there are equal parts to play.
I see. There were too many on your island, and you had to leave to maintain a balance?
You understand. My mate will find another, and my children will grow in the freedom I once had. The sea gives us gifts, such as the ships that crash upon our southern coves.
Those aren't the standard attire for your people, I take it?
No. When I arrived, many did not approve of my less generous coverings. They would prefer me to wear more, but these are uncomfortable enough. There have been those among us who have been, what do you call it?
Chosen.
They learn they do not have a place among us. All must be equal, capable of the same. On my island, we have a saying, when more is said, there's less to hear.
You spoke of raft building. What does that involve, exactly?
A good raft is made from 4 well-fastened even wooden planks, enough to hold your weight. Tying a couple of airtight containers beneath will improve your buoyancy. Finally, you need a means of maneuvering yourself. Since I left the islands, my home, I've missed the taste of exotic fish. I hear there are creatures of the sea that can wander the land. Bring me the flesh of the cassipus, and I shall reward you as best I can.
My family has lived in this town for many generations. Before that, we came from Marybank. My ancestors must have grown tired of river life. I don't know much more about them, except that they were bread makers even then. An inescapable tradition, you might say. Don't get me started on our noble lord. He isn't half the man his predecessor was, even if he's twice the size. At least Lord Limberley had enough care to listen to his people now and again. Miguel seldom comes out of that manor to socialize, except on occasions like King's Day. He never misses a feast. It's an honest way to make a living. I shouldn't complain. I mean, I don't. She's always known what she wants, even from an early age. There's not much to say about me. I'm a widower of 4 years, father of 3, just gotta keep selling these rolls. He won't talk about himself much, but what he does say is always interesting. I've heard him discuss the future with some of his customers. Not a bad side business, if you ask me. Granted, the man is not without talent, though when it comes to acquiring one's wares, I'd prefer a less hands-on approach. I share the gratitude many have for the work your people have done for us non-mages. Perhaps one day, but forgive me, I speak out of turn. I was just musing, nothing more, that perhaps your kind will trust ours enough to... well, make a few things. Nothing complicated, you understand. Just the odd device to...
You forget yourself, Baker.
I apologize. Of course you are right to keep things as they are. Only misery can come of innovation and invention.
I'm glad to see you have recalled your lessons.
Not half as much as I. Rainfall has been scarce this year. Some have suggested the mages had something to do with it.
I assure you, we do not manipulate the weather.
Oh, of course not. The poster you see here depicts a highly valued customer. He went missing a while back. For reasons I'll never fathom, he ventured into the wastelands. Not surprisingly, that was the last anyone saw of him. I don't expect we'll see him again. I keep the poster displayed as a warning, more than anything.
I don't have time to gorge myself on baked goods. The brighter the roof, the more welcoming the door. This door has no obvious lock. My clothes do not need mending. This sign confirms my guess. This door... I had better not disturb the peace. What should I say to her? Greetings, denizen? The reputation of this noble adventurer precedes her. Few fare well against her in close combat, physical or verbal. The blacksmith mops his brow with the back of his hand. It doesn't seem to stem the stream of perspiration trickling down his face. I noticed your poster about the Biclops weapon. The old axe is wedged so tight, not even the blacksmith could remove it. Even Shireen couldn't purify this filthy water.
Fresh apples! Plucked for your convenience, and priced accordingly.
I've heard you can tell the future.
You have heard falsely. I am not a seer.
Then what do you tell your customers?
I look to what was and is, and see what might be.
Which is?
Such observations are taxing.
I thought as much. I may have something to help with that.
The path to power lies on a knife's edge. The size of a thing, but I have learned to appreciate the company. She has much to learn, but learns it quickly. He sees value and speaks truth. What divides a man from all he has known?
Danger, wastelands. pretty, if you like that sort of thing. It isn't doing the rock any harm. In case there was any doubt, the screaming tree, it looks anxious enough. Once proud symbols of our more brazen past, these Eliport pillars have been allowed to crack and crumble. Despite this, they remain an effective means for fast travel through the region. These pillars can only be used by mages who know the Eliport spell. Ahem. I don't suppose you can talk.
I don't suppose you can think.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Everybody's sorry. I wish people would not call me that.
What would you prefer?
Sam.
How old are you, Sam?
That is a personal question. I'm not letting you look at my rings.
My apologies.
I wouldn't go in there, and I am a tree. Thoughtless and voiceless. They don't know how lucky they are.
It's happy enough where it is. They might be edible, but it's not worth the risk. I see no reason to search him. Even small things can make a big mess. They're no less creepy dead. A ring of toadstools encircles the rock. They might. I don't think I should start wearing this. Bloodbark Forest is I'm not going. A small cluster of toadstools. They might be. A tree, somewhat past its prime. I'm not interested. Rocks are seldom in. I'm not. They might. I wonder if the goblins use these as picnic tables. Stone ruins from a bygone era. Not even the masters are certain who built them. There's a... I have more... I don't... A way across the river. The expanse that is Lake Lorelei. I can't even see the other side. That boat is staying right where it is. An oar floats just out of reach. I should not catch. Only advanced water mages can part a body like that. There is nothing out here. The elements have truly forsaken this place. If there is one constant in this world, it's rocks. The elements have all but claimed him. The bandits who roam this area would have found him long ago and ransacked his body. The skeletal remains of a large animal. The brittle bone. An ordinary bush with far from ordinary fruit. The plant is swarming with large ants. Ouch! Ants! Who knew those tiny pincers could hurt so much? I can't use that. That wooden plank looks loose. It's not. The board is nailed firmly to the wooden frame. I'll need some sort of metal pole to pry it loose. I think I saw one in the training hall. if it isn't nailed down.
That's the...
The sphere has not judged. He had to leave the tower for a time. Personal reasons. That's why he's still in gray and not all that happy about it. I am no archer. I can now build a raft, but I'll need the town blacksmith's help to fasten these planks together before I can bind anything with the rope. I'll also need to attach something buoyant. That would only aggravate the wasps. A hive of potentially dangerous wasps. Ouch! Aggressive little pests? I'd better give them a wide berth. Ow! Okay, I get the hint. Yow! I should stop doing that. It's been cut down to size. Someone got to it first. These two act as gatekeepers to the Flytarian Mountains. Who in their right mind would talk to a bird? Oh, that's right, an air mage. I should complete the first of my trials before heading into the mountains. Ow! I don't speak its language. It's a squirrel. I can't capture it.
Best meat cuts for sale! This side of the Emerald Sea!
Ah, that...
Do you have an eye for nature's offering? You won't find me. We spend a lot of time through my father. He's known me longer than I've known him. I used to steal from his stall when I was a child. My father had an apple orchard not far from town before an illness took him. Mother joined him last year beneath their favorite tree. I tend to their life's work when I'm not here, at least for now. Roland caught me one time. Rather than punish me, he helped me see the error of my ways. Now, I return the favor daily, by keeping an eye out for those with familiar intents. He comes from one of the islands off the northwestern coast. He's a long way from home. Thank you.
Since I left the islands, my...
Could you nail these 4 planks together? If it's a matter of money... Is that enough? Thank you, blacksmith. I will need to tie something buoyant on. Oars maneuver. These where finished wares come to rest. Manual.
Fresh bread! Get it while it's hot out of the bake oven!
Do you mind? Seven.
He has never missed his share.
These a small sealed and buoyant keg. The airtight kegs have been securely fastened to the raft with the rope I found. That should do it. It will be purposeful. Nothing. It's an illusion, just like Jonas said. Shireen, my mentor, spoke of those. Stone steps lead up to nothing? I left my bucket and spade in stew pond. They should be left where they are. I should. I can't. Few trees grow on this island. I do not need camouflage. Lone Island lives up to its name, no question. A nat. I can't.
Keep your...
May I use your...
Of course.
Lone...
All set.
I see the palace on Lone Island. I don't have any... There might...
One should never forget that our magic is best when it is subtle. Know this, and your gift's true worth. To speak with the creatures of our element is to know our element better. Relish those opportunities. There can be no greater contribution than our element itself. Share the water with our world, and it will flourish for all time. Illusions? Of course. Their fluidic nature has always intrigued our kind. I am sure there's a book in the reading hall if you are keen. Transparent Fluidity, if I recall. It is required reading for advanced water mages. You might as well get a head start on it now, since you will have your tests completed in no time.
I know that book. You can...
What the? Why you...
Ouch! I need more time. I'll have to take the mug away from him somehow.
What'll... sorry, lad, but you're just...
Hopefully he's too inebriated to notice the difference. He may be dripping, but he's no tap. I prefer Mage's water. I don't need to take it. The blacksmith would not appreciate that. I do not need to move it. They can take.
Thank you.
The bandage is too absorbent. I wouldn't be able to wring the sweat out of it. It's too large. Either he lost his belt, or he's trying out a new look. In any case, I'd better not show too much interest. The only thing beneath this rug is the floor.
What'll you... Great! Not here. What cover? Oh. I think that's worth another drink. To us. My mother, may the elements keep her, taught the lot. A popular guy. To start the game, we must both put 2 gold coins into the pool. Excellent. Now, the rules. There are 62 cards in a deck. Each card has a value from 1 to 6. The player with the highest collective value of the 4 cards drawn wins. After the first card, you'll need to match or raise the current bet to see the second and third cards. The 4th card will be played blind. You may fold at any time, but the money pulled will be awarded to the other player. A demon card has a value of 0, but doubles your highest card drawn. Go ahead, draw your first card. I bet 5 gold coins. I bet 5. I bet. Now we must make our final bids. I'll go first. I bet 10 gold coins. Come back when you have the money to play another hand.
I...
I'm not giving you my sap. It's all I have.
It's important, and I only need a little.
You say that now, but you'll come back for more. They always do.
Who are they? Have others been taking your sap?
Not my sap, my bark, my branches, even my fruit. Pieces of me, taken bit by bit. They do not even ask. Do they think trees feel no pain?
I've always assumed as much.
Try being enchanted. It's not as much fun as it sounds.
How did you come to be enchanted?
Long ago a mage came, dressed like you. His bark, clothes, were green and shinier than yours.
An Earthmaster. Go on.
He wanted to give me voice and thought, so he might share his mind with nature itself. He is the one who named me.
What happened?
He died, leaving me to go on, endangered and alone.
Perhaps I can find the pieces that were taken from you.
I do not care about the bark or the branches. The fruit, though, I will not bear another again, and I cannot propagate without my seeds.
Who took the fruit from you?
The human villain did not give its name. I think it was female.
You think?
Humans all look alike.
I'll see what I can do. I understand you may have some rare fruit for sale.
Rare, yes. For sale? No.
Might I interest you in a trade?
That depends. There is another fruit I wanted to get my hands on. It's called Apple Bliss. One alone would fetch double the price of a dozen screaming tree fruit. Except they only grow in a clearing along the leftmost edge of the forest.
Naturally.
Bring me one, and you have a deal.
The merchant I The golden fruit is enticing. It's a little out of my reach. Ew, there was a worm inside the fruit. I'll keep it with me, just because. I have your apple bliss.
I'm impressed. As promised, here's the fruit from the screaming tree. I shouldn't have bothered, to be honest. They taste a little sour.
They're probably homesick.
What?
Nothing. Thank you.
My seeds!
Yes. Now, your sap?
Take as much as you need.
I must measure the sap carefully. There. I've added 1 drop of sap. I'll save the rest. They were... I can't think of... There might... I don't have any reason...
That cloud looks just like a mountain.
Working hard, blacksmith? Sweat from labor's brow. Ugh. I've added 2 drops of sweat. Ew. I can't. There is some writing on it. It's nice to see the masters hold their initiates in such high regard. This must be the giant sand crab that attacked Initiate Marmon. Poor fellow had to hop through his remaining trials. It looks harmless now. The palace entrance hall is alluring. Or is that luring? These chairs would suit a small throne room. They look comfortable, but safety is not guaranteed. Its nipping days are over. A displaced tile lies on the floor. I know water. This doesn't come close. My instinct tells me not to go anywhere near this liquid. I have no bone to pick with the deceased. The healing properties are taking a... I can't use that... They're beautiful in their own way. What little... This wayward wanderer came to an unexpected end. I'm not dancing on bones, buried or not. A displaced... An unfortunate result of the priestess's amusement. I'm not... I'm... The priestess keeps a collection of urns. At least she has one normal hobby. My curiosity stops short of discovering its contents.
What is this? A man? No, not quite. Another child enters my domain, seeking to earn his place. To what do I owe the pleasure, initiate? Have you come to pay homage to the priestess Amunkul? To honor the once and great ruler of Armanash? Do you seek to look upon beauty so immeasurable that men and women once gave their lives for a single glimpse? No? Perhaps you have a gift, a tribute befitting one of my glory and stature. I thought not. A message from your masters, then? Will you inform me I have concluded my sentence? Am I to be freed at last? But I jest. Your kin are not the forgiving kind, not even after 500 years. I know why you are here. To take, as those who have come before you have taken. Already I tire of your presence. State what you want of me, child.
The priestess Amunkul. I had not imagined she would look like that. I cannot obtain
The world once knew of Amunkul, priestess of Armanash. It will again. A beautiful land, second only to its once and more beautiful ruler. Through the long centuries, I have not forgotten my subjects' betrayal. My own acolytes turned on me, seeking to usurp my rule and seize power for themselves. As their guardian, I was forced to punish them. I keep them here with me, as I am in turn kept by your noble masters. Is that what history records? That I murdered my followers because I resented their beauty? You need only behold their heads to know that was not the case. All beauty is to be celebrated. I ensure none goes to waste. They keep me company, far better than when they were whole. Do not speak to me of crimes, mage child. Read upon your history, and tell me you have any right to hold me here. My deeds are tiny compared to that which your kind have wrought.
Are you not a mage yourself?
I am more than just a mage. I have reached into the depths of your water arts further than any have dared, and even now draw from its ever-darkening power. There are aspects of the water which your masters will not teach you. Why risk upsetting the balance when a simple lie keeps all in check? My home for 500 years. Needless to say, I know it well. Did he frighten you? I assure you he is quite safe.
I have come to ask for a lock of your hair.
A lock of my hair? Were I to give it willingly, you would find it no easy task. The curse which has kept me so long unchanged prevents even a single strand from leaving my head. A pity the same could not be said of my followers. You will need a special blade, a dagger. It is kept in my treasury. Bring it to me.
You must think me a fool if you believe I'd hand you something like that.
A fool you may be, but I know what you want, young one. It is not so rare a glint I see in your eyes. That blade can help you, for it contains power. Far greater than your masters would let a novice wield. In exchange for your assistance, I will allow you to keep it. It is but a small request. But what say you? Will you bring me the dagger? Surely a worthy weapon for the mightiest of mages.
How did you...
Make your choice, my pretty child. My jewels, my breath, now my hair. What next? It was forged from a rare enchanted metal and dipped in the blood of a wyvern's heart. You will not be disappointed when you learn of its properties. It will respond only to one untainted by the bloodlust which forged it. As such, its full potential remains unwielded. Be wary, young one. It was not meant for just anyone to enter, nor does it take kindly to the liberation of its holdings. I would see them drowned in the very lake that prevents my leaving. My own element turned against me. I assure you the irony is far from lost. Eager to leave? I can imagine.
Majestic, to say the least. Locked. I can't use... Beautiful.
Eager to...
One day, my spells might be powerful enough to counteract this dark magic. Just not today. One day...
Are you lost, my young guest?
It wouldn't be prudent to collect a sample of that liquid. The name etched in the stone says, Matt. The name... I'm still trying to figure out the one I have. This appears to be where Amancool keeps her formerly devoted servants. Uh-oh. I suppose I should have expected that. Impressive. I wonder if the Masters know about this collection. A crystal ball. They're harder to use than they look. There's an oddly shaped metallic object on the floor. I only use authorized orbs. A set of 3 monkeys in a string of familiar poses. It is an ornate, foreign vase. A book lies open on the crate. A heart of gold. The treasury of Amun. The relief depicts Nautanai, god king of the Salmoni. Those other 2 are his daughters. They are presenting an open clamshell, which is meant to be laden with treasures. A 3-headed serpent, better known as a hydra. A chest for all manner of keepsakes, not necessarily the priestesses. A silver cup. The priestess knows what she likes. A circular dais occupies the center of the treasury. I wouldn't want one of them. I don't want to know. I don't need to lug around large lumps of gold. I have little use. They are too ugly to pet. It's locked tight. I can't open it. I know better than to meddle with a god king and his family. That wasn't right. I should... Maybe there's an... There's a remarkable depth to the mirror's reflection. Okay, that's weird. Is the priestess toying with me? Got it! A marble recreation of a northern Wingelin. I wonder who's missing that now. It wouldn't fit, thankfully. The chest isn't locked. But of course, it's empty. The keyhole has a distinctive asymmetrical shape. The device I collected from the floor appears to match up, but there's one cylindrical prong missing. The keyhole has a... The device I... These two... These... The... 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 I know... I only use... I wouldn't... I wouldn't want... I don't want to... The keyhole... The prongs on this strange device do not match up with the holes in the door. In fact... It makes a good back scratcher. I would... I know... There is a sapphire brooch inside, encrusted with 4 smaller stones. There is no... They are too... I don't... It... I don't need to do... I... It cannot... The key... I... The keyhole had... The I can't... I can't... I can't use... The key... I can't... I can't. I should. I should. I should. I don't see the point of turning that in here. There's a short length of metal inside. There. The prong fits securely into the little hole on the device. I don't want to explore the world beyond the mirror treasury. Having to deal with 2 priestesses would not be fun.
You are most resourceful. I have one last task for you. Only the purity of Lake Lorelei will reawaken the magic of this blade. It must be dipped by my hand, else the dagger cannot resist the curse of my imprisonment. Bring me water from the lake, and you shall have what you came for.
I have the water.
Finally.
I didn't think I was gone that long.
Can you imagine? For centuries surrounded by the means, without the means to attain it? My jailers have a sense of humor, at least. But they sent initiates, one after the other. Hundreds must have stepped through those doors, each with their trinkets. Piece by piece, drop by drop, I acquired enough to fashion this blade.
You created the dagger? Why?
It does not matter. With its magic restored, I am now ready.
I only require a small lock of hair.
A lock? Silly boy, I will not waste the blade's power on a trim.
Then what?
You must forgive the deception. What do you think of your new home? Why so sad? Does the child miss his mother? She does not remember you. As for your father...
Don't talk about my family! What is this?
Motivation. I have had lifetimes to divine the conditions of this cage. For an eternity and more, I thought this my endless prison. Yet no cage is inescapable. It may have taken longer than the world needed to forget me, But I have discovered its weakness, the generosity of others. You, my almost mage, are going to free me.
What?
Simply agree to take my place, and my time here is ended. Before you answer, consider, I can teach you much, more than any of your brethren are willing or able. You dream of becoming the mightiest of mages. I have seen that future, and can help you achieve it. You need only say yes. A small price, you must agree.
Why the dagger, then?
A mere formality, a ritual. Nothing you won't forget in a few centuries.
You can forget it now! I won't help you!
Do not be so hasty. You will not find the alternative pleasant. I will leave you here to reconsider. I have learned patience, among other things. When you have made your decision, you need only scream for me.
500 years. Who could live like that? Unchanging, eternal, decaying within. I can smell time's waste in this dungeon. It's sick with entropy. Even the walls. The shackles, though rusted, are too strong. The cracks in the metal shackle have given way. Now for the other shackle. Not a nice lady. A dais. There is some residue around the edges. Is that? No. I don't want to know. A stone cobra, poised to strike. A device for reducing the size of one's head. It has spikes. Lots of them. Locked and bolted. This device has come loose from its wall fixtures. The old lock fell to bits.
Sneaking into a woman's bedchambers? Such impudence!
Etiquette doesn't apply to people like you.
People like me? In 500 years there have been none! You stand before an ocean storm, child. My will is but its waves.
All I see is a failed mage, drowning in her own irrelevance.
Strong words spoken by those whose heads now line my walls. So choose your next carefully. I offer you immortality and power. Tell me your answer.
Why? Are you going deaf in your old age?
As you wish. I need only wait for the next initiate. Whereas you, pupil, are due for your lesson.
They both collapsed at the same time. Interesting. The crab is lifeless. I would snuff it out, but it does not seem to have a wick. Sure, or I could just jump out that window. I think that ball's taken. She's not in the mood to talk, for a change. I cannot obtain the lock of hair by yanking it from her scalp. The priestess appears incapacitated. Thoughts of sitting here do not entice me. I wonder who, or what, Aman'Kul was intending to summon to the palace. Perfume bottles. Perhaps the priestess has an odor issue. I smell fine, though I might need a bath after my trials are over. This isn't something I wish to open in a hurry. Who knows what the priestess considers decorative? Finally, I have a lock of her hair.
Wait, don't kill me. I can still help you. Show you the path you seek. To power.
I'm listening.
There is a tome, not in any library, but in the hands of one who does not understand its power. You are fated to find both.
Assuming you're right, what then?
Seek the tome, then I shall instruct you further.
She has fallen unconscious. Is this more guile? Should I believe her? Eternal imprisonment is punishment enough.